Hello and welcome to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. Today is Saturday, and every Saturday I host what I call my weekly energy card reading. What it is that you would go ahead and choose from one of 3 tarot decks. All of the timestamps are listed in the description box below. And what I would do is I'll go ahead and do a spread to just get an idea of what the energies will be for the next 7 days. This is definitely just a very loose kind of energy. It does, if an energy does not resonate, or if you feel like the messages do not ring, resound, feel free to either pick another deck, or maybe it is, again, we have a saying in card reading that says take what resonates and leave the rest. You do not have to take any message to heart if you feel like it does not resonate. We have 3 different decks here. We have the Greer Tarot, the Sun and Moon Tarot, and the Tarot of the Southwest Sacred Tribes. And I actually picked these decks because I'm participating in what I call what is called the 31 Days of Tarot, and that is a daily video blog sprint held throughout January. And I actually got a chance to kind of go through my decks recently, and I like to rotate each week out and kind of go with decks that you haven't seen for a while. And these are definitely 3 of my favorites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, when I read your spread, I will go ahead and clarify with one oracle card from the Quantum Oracle. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to freeze frame and let you choose your deck. I do ask that you please just choose from your gut instinct. If you like the artwork, or if you're drawn to the stone. Sometimes followers will like to choose from a number or a timestamp. But again, whatever you feel is best, or whatever deck you're gravitating towards, let's go ahead and I'll let you choose. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. Now again, the energies are very liberal. They also, these energies would be for January 25th through February 1st. I can't believe it's almost February already, right? When did that happen? But again, if you feel drawn to this reading at a time that is not the last week of January 2020, definitely feel free to go ahead and watch it. It's what we refer to as a universal reading, which just means that if you feel drawn to it, there's most likely a message in there for you. So definitely go ahead and take what resonates. Now, any of the bags that you see on my channel usually are made by me. I sew in addition to reading cards. So I'm going to go ahead and I made this bag. So I'm going to go ahead and get my oracle cards out so that they are at the ready. So deck number 1, Greer. Let's go ahead and get started. What is your energies for the next 7 days? Thank you. Oh, whoa. Great energy, guy. Okay. The sun has been really wanting to pop out. And then what's the end of the week? I'm going to go ahead and take this as that. We do have the star in the bottom of the deck, so that the bottom of the deck usually kind of indicates, gives a general theme of what's going on. All right, and what is your oracle card? What is your energy? I really like these cards, and all of the names of the deck authors are in the description box below. All right, guys. Well, at the beginning of the week, you are really going to feel like you're reaching some kind of milestone in your life. You got the 4 of Wands. And what that means is that usually means a celebration. It tends to mean something like a marriage. But what it is that you're hitting some kind of, you feel like you're hitting some kind of big milestone in your life. Maybe you've been paying off your car. Maybe you've been working on a project at work that's finally coming to culmination. But by the beginning of the week, you feel like you're actually like you've made it, right? It's and this is actually really kind of a goal that you've been working towards for a long time. The Four of Wands is definitely something that you've put personal effort into. It's definitely not something that came easy, right? It usually pertains to those milestones in life, like like graduating from school, or getting married, or buying your first car or your first house. It usually means kind of a major milestone like that. Now, by the middle of the week, you got the Sun. And oh my gosh, I just feel like you guys are having the best week ever. I don't even know if any of the other decks can trump this so far, because by the middle of the week, you're really going to feel the Sun is that unbridled happiness card. It just means that you feel really on top of the world, like everything is going your way. The other beautiful thing about the Sun is that everything comes to light in the Sun. It means that there's nothing hidden, right? It is like one of those beautiful summer days wherein everything is just bright and beautiful. So I know that seems like all sunshine and daisies, literally, but I really do see, I think sometime next week, maybe you're going to be getting some recognition. That's the other thing, is that the sun card can usually mean being in the spotlight. So definitely some kind of major milestone is coming your way, and then by the middle of the week, you're going to feel just like everything's getting easier, right? Like just everything, you're going to feel really on top of the world. Also, the Sun is the big yes card. So if you've really been kind of looking forward to, again, some kind of major milestone coming to fruition, the Sun card is saying yes. Like it's almost like you deserve this, you've earned this is yours outright, right? Let's celebrate. It definitely feels that bright. The other thing is that because we take into consideration the people on the deck, this could involve someone else. So again, a lot of times the Four of Wands can be a very a partnership card. A lot of readers read it as what they call the twin flame card, because it has two poles that are mirror to each other. So it really can be two people. It can be two people. So by the middle of the week, you could be having a really good, celebratory time with another person that could potentially be a partner or a love interest. And you definitely just feel like this is your other half. You just feel like there's nothing to hide. Like the other thing is that with the Sun, you really feel like you can be yourself. Now, by the end of the week, we have this energy of the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. So I definitely see that you're feeling very much in a nurturing energy. The Queen of Cups is very much, she's a nurturing person in an emotional way. She knows how to care for others on a very heart level, and she's very empathetic. And what's happening is, you see that in the Six of Swords, it's people in a boat traveling to calmer waters. Now the suit of Swords is usually a very kind of a little bit of a mental traumatic suit. A lot of the cards usually mean challenge, or harsh words exchanged. So here I see that by the end of the week, you're really going to be either helping someone move to a better mental place, or you're going to be the person in the boat, right? It's almost as if you're moving to a calmer place mentally, and also physically. You just feel like it's definitely kind of a moving on card. So I definitely see that, in the beginning of the week, you have a lot of milestones going on. You're just going to be feeling really good. And by the end of the week, you're just going to feel, I get a sense of being in just an emotionally good place. You know where you stand, you know where you're going, and you're making sure but steady progress. And you're just going to be in a very emotionally mature, and you're going to be about healing and moving and forward progress, right? So that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be moving towards what you want. Now, the other thing is that this card, the Eight of Pentacles, really fell at kind of an angle, which is almost a little bit of a block. What that kind of tells me is that whenever it comes as a block, it usually means that something is literally blocking, like it's causing interference. So I think what that's kind of telling me is that I think you're really going to be taking a break. You might have been working on something. It could be actual physical, it might actually be physical work at work. Maybe you're taking some kind of time off towards the end of the week. But I also just kind of see it as taking a mental break as well. Maybe you've been working really hard at something. And I actually giggle a little bit because I've been doing the 31 Days of Tarot, which is a video blog sprint, and next Thursday is the last day of that. So, you know, if you've ever posted a video every day for a month, it's a lot of work. So, you know, what I like to do is I like to wait a few days and then I'll pick a deck with you. You know, I kind of wait a few days to clear my head so I kind of forget which deck had what messages. But I'm getting kind of that vibe, like you've worked really hard, you're gonna have a victory. You know, it's almost like something's wrapping up and you're really getting acknowledged, you're getting a lot of, but then after that, you're just kind of, you're in an emotionally mature, you learned a lot, you're in an emotionally mature place, and you're ready to just kind of check out for a little while. You're ready to go, you're ready to just kind of sit in the boat. And I think you really do want to just kind of step away from any work. Like, this might be a sign that over the weekend you really just want to check out and do nothing, and it looks like you've really earned the right to do nothing. Now, your Quantum Oracle card is really great, and it really reiterates this, guys, because I mean, tell me this does not look, and all these people are blonde, but it's like maybe you're a blonde person, but I do think that you are just gonna you are coming to a point, and look, she's got flowers, yellow flowers. I think by the end of the week, your overall theme, this is like your energy for the week, I think you're going to be getting a lot of recognition. I do just think that you've done a good job, you've earned it, and you're going to get the praise that you've been desiring, or not even desiring, just you've been doing your thing and you've earned recognition. You see all these people applauding, right? So I think it's also just kind of telling you that sit back and enjoy that, right? You know, don't shy away from the spotlight, because it looks like a spotlight, right? It does. But, you know, don't shy away from that. You've earned that. So, you know, step up and take a bow is the vibe I'm getting. Also, you might be very much of a Leo energy, because I am with wands, I'm getting a fire feel, and then with sunflowers. But yeah, definitely by the end of the week, if you don't have any pressing work things that you have to do, check out, really check out. And I think it's also telling me that do whatever your heart tells you to do, right? Have you ever had those weekends where you make no plans whatsoever and you wake up when you feel like it and you say, okay, what do I feel like doing today? I really get the vibe that that's what it's telling you. By the end of the week, have nothing planned, have a completely clean slate, free day, and you go wherever the wind blows you, wherever your heart desires. You do whatever you feel like doing, and because you earned it. But wow, guys, I really think I try to wait until all the cards are read to decide who's having the best week ever. But yeah, I think you're in the running for that big time. So I'll go ahead and put your sun on top. All right, so deck number 2, we got the Sun and Moon Tarot, and I actually have a piece of, this is actually a piece of sea glass. It's so pretty. But this is, the deck is by Vanessa Decort, and I'm gonna go ahead, and all the descriptions are in the description box below. Sorry guys, it's been a week. So, deck number 2, what is your week look like? So, oh, thank you. The middle of the week, please. I do love this deck. And the end of the week. Oh, thank you. That came quick. Oh, wow. I'm so glad we're getting such great energy, guys. This is exciting. This is so much fun. And Oracle, please. what's our energy for the week? What's our overall theme? You guys see? Okay, what's our overall theme for the week? Okay. Another card that really wanted to come out was deserving. So I am also, that's taking that into consideration. But okay, now at the beginning of the week, you got the Four of Cups and you got Judgment, and I love the artwork. These are one of what I call my mini decks because they're kind of smaller. But if the artwork, if they had this in a 5x7 size, 5x7 size, I would be over the moon, over this moon in the picture. But here we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is typically that real lethargy card. It's that, you can see that in the moon, she has a cup that's kind of headed her direction. She's not even looking at it. She's holding the three cups, and she's almost sitting in a real passive kind of stance. It's almost like she's kind of zoned out, right? And the key word is luxury, but usually the Four of Cups really means apathy, right? Now, I try to take into consideration the keywords. So if it is referring to it as luxury, sorry guys, being OCD with that, excuse me. But so let's go ahead. And so the Four of Cups usually means, the fact that it means luxury, I think what it's telling you is that the other thing about the Four of Cups is that it's a cup being handed to someone who already has three. So I really do think that it's not necessarily saying that you're spoiled, like you already have three, why don't you want? But it does mean that you have abundance, is what it's saying. It has abundance, and you're being given even more. And you're being given abundance in a very emotional way. It's almost like you have everything you need, and look, incoming, here comes another cup, right? And in front of it, you have Judgment. And I just think this is such a lovely, lovely card. You have the angel with her little tushy there. I never noticed that before. I notice new stuff every single time I pull out these decks. But, and then you got three people underneath kind of receiving. I love the fact that it looks like this like magic sparkle powder, coming down. But Judgment is a calling. And usually what it is it's usually depicted as people coming back to life after, most like the Rider-Waite-Smith and most decks depicted as someone, the really gray figures popping out of coffins, which I know seems a little creepy. It's not, nothing Walking Dead, but it just means coming back to life. And the fact that it's right around a card that kind of makes you feel apathetic, I think it's saying that you've probably been feeling a little bit apathetic, like you've just been kind of meh. It isn't that you don't appreciate all of the abundance in your life. It's just you really just kind of feel like it's a lot to deal with. You can see that, you got three cups and your hands are full with the cups, right? It's almost like, yes, I'm grateful to have all these cups, but I can't even free up a hand to catch this one that's about to hit me in the head, right? It's almost like, I do think that you recognize how much you have, but I think what's happening is the Judgment card, and we're about to come up on Judgment, it is kind of the wake-up call card. It's the wakey, ham and bakey, It's kind of like, it's kind of getting you to open your eyes and wake up, right? So I think what it's telling you is that maybe you've been in this kind of apathetic mood. You recognize how much you have, but you really haven't, you haven't snapped out of it. Snap out of it. But I think by the beginning of the week, you are going to be breaking out of that spell, right? You've probably just had a lot on your plate. You've probably been really busy and just really tired, and you just haven't had an opportunity to deal with your cups, right? And this really could be relationships. It could be that life has just been really busy and you haven't had a chance to catch up with anyone. Either that, or maybe you're dating and you just really, you feel like feel like you haven't been able to put your all into anything. I think by the beginning of next week, you're really going to kind of snap out of it, and you're going to realize the calling. You're going to realize the blessings, because the other thing is that angel is an angel, right? And those are like blessings being showered down on you. And so, the other thing is when you look at it, you've got one cup in the sky and you got 3 cups in her hand, and you got 3 people there and, something in the sky. So I do think that, yes, I do think this is a calling. It's kind of a wake-up call. So whatever, if you've been in kind of a lethargic energy, by the beginning of the week, you're really going to snap out of that. Now, by the middle of the week, you got the death card. And oh my gosh, this is probably one of my favorite death cards ever. We just had a tarot on death not too long ago. I do a weekly series where we discuss the meanings of all of the tarot cards. And we are still going through the majors. But death is really beautiful in the fact that it's rebirth, right? It's transformation. And here you have the firebird, you have the phoenix, right? So I think by the middle of the week, I think you're really going to be accepting, again, by the beginning, and these are majors. These are major arcana. So I know this is just a weekly energy, but the majors are major. It's almost like you are in the thick of a major transition in your life. And what's happening is, you're really being called to get out of this meh energy. And I think by the middle of the week, you're just going to be, it's almost like this chick, just stood up on the flower and started to fly, right? She let her hair down, literally. And you're gonna feel very transformative. The other thing is that I think by letting go of something, of letting go of this energy, I really get this feeling as if the reason that you've been kind of stuck is that you've been afraid to let go of something. You've been afraid to move forward. And I think by the middle of the week, you're gonna say, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid. The other thing is, the one beautiful thing that I love about death is that it's really about being very authentic. When I did the How to Tarot, we talked about how death is so scary because it's transformation, right? That's probably the scariest part about death. No one knows what happens after that phase of life, right? Because no one has come back to say what happens, right? So when you see death in a reading, it really is kind of like the acceptance of transformation. It's like saying, okay, whatever doesn't serve me, let it die. Let it have a death. Let it transform me into something else. And you just embracing that, right? You're embracing the change. You're saying, okay, whatever phase is fading away, whatever phase is leaving and changing me into something new, let it come. Let it come. It's terrifying and it's liberating. And so by the middle of the week, I really feel like you're going to be in that energy, and you're really ready to let go of fear. You're ready to let go of passivity, and you're ready to just kind of to fly. Now, by the end of the week, oh my gosh, guys, this is some very powerful energy, because the other thing is by the end of the week, you got the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is that first off, you see a couple, you see a very happy couple. Again, all the imagery in this deck is so beautiful. And you got that full moon, we had a new moon last week, so, we're not full yet, but it's almost as if if this is pertaining to a relationship, it's almost as if the person that really is making you happy has been there. Like, it's been there, you didn't know which way to go. And with the Judgment card, it's almost like you're getting the knowledge. Now, again, I know this is just a weekly energy, and it seems like this is coming across like it's a lifetime energy. But I think by the beginning of the week that you're going to be letting go of a lot of meh, a lot of, really kind of tired, don't want to deal with it, energy. And then by the middle of the week, you're just going to let go. You're going to let it go, and you're going to become whatever you want to become. You're going to do whatever you want to do. And then by the end of the week, I just see it really working out for you. I think by being authentic, by being yourself, by the end of the week, you're going to be really reaping the rewards of that. Now, again, this isn't a month's energy. This is just a week's energy. But I think by the weekend, you're going to either be spending time, or you're just going to be really happy with the fact that you let go, that you just, you did what you were called to do. Now, the overall energy for your week is you got increase. And again, it talks, and this is, these cards have, at the top of the card, they describe events, people. This is number 3, and it's cycle. And you see that you've got this road that has what looks like these big diamonds and crystals, these big gemstones on either side. So I think, and again, the fact that you've got the 10 of Cups, you're going from the 4 of Cups to the 10 of Cups, I think you're just going to have a week where you really think things are turning in your favor. We didn't get the Wheel of Fortune, but you got Judgment, which is really, again, it's that wake-up call, it's that call to action. It's a call to action card. So this card is about no action. This card is about coming to action, and then you're followed by the Firebird of transformation. So I really think that by the end of the week, you're going to be feeling like, the other thing that I see about this is look at the tracks in the sand, right? It's almost like a car or a buggy. You are moving forward. You're finally moving forward. And I think you've been feeling kind of stuck for a long time. And I think this week you're actually going to feel like you're moving towards your goals. Now you see that you're still pretty far away, but you're increasing. Your abundance is increasing too. So yeah, guys, I think by the end of the week, you're really just going to feel like you're on the right path and you're going where you meant to go. So that's so wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and put Judgment on top. I try to, I kind of go with I put the card on top that I think best, summarizes or encompasses your entire read. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go to deck number 3, the Tarot of the Southwest Sacred Tribes. And this is my beautiful Dalmatian mare, M-A-R-E, a horse. I'm sorry, I know I always say that kind of funny, mare. Okay, so let's go ahead and see deck number 3. Let us see what kind of week will we be. That doesn't rhyme. Sorry, guys. I tried. Deck 3. What's your energies? What's happening? Okay. Ooh. Oh wow. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Usually when they come out, as long as it's not a clump of like 20 cards. End of the week. Oh wow, guys. It's so interesting. Whenever I see the same cards in another deck, like the Morgan Greer got the Sun and the 8 of Coins, and it really makes me wonder if I have two, like if you're a couple and both sides, both parties are watching the read, you're just picking different decks. Either that or this might be, oh, thank you, some kind of collective energy. Oh, wow. Sorry, not to laugh. I was just thinking that it might be two people, and guess what came up? We got the Lovers, we got the 2 of Cups, and we got the King of Cups. That's pretty wild, guys. That's amazing. So again, it's telling me two people, King of Cups. What it's telling me is maybe the Queen of Cups is watching this, King of Cups is watching that, and it's two halves of the same reading is what it's kind of telling me. So please let me know if this is true. If that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom because I think that was just a response to what I was thinking. All right. So let's go ahead, and what is your energy for the week? That's the energy for deck number 3 for the week. Whoa. Okay, wow. I'm just going to take note of these 2 cards. We're not going to pull them, but I'm seeing Loving Man and Planning and Action. So, but the official card that you got, we'll get to that. We're getting to that. All right, deck number 3. So at the beginning of the week, you got the King of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So I definitely see a lot of action here. I see a lot of action and I see a lot of exhaustion. I think you're going to just have, first off, the King of Wands, he's a very fiery character, but he's also a very generous character. He takes action. He takes, mature, he takes knowledgeable action. Like, he knows what action to take. But he's definitely, you've got the 10 of Wands, which means you're going to feel a little overworked. You're going to feel a little burdened. Sometimes I read this as being like as if you're having a little joint pain, because those rods and the way that he's kneeling over, I don't know if you're having either shoulder or just joint pain. And this time of year, if you're in North America like I am, the cold weather, it really hurts. But by the beginning of the week, what it is you're going to be keeping on top of probably your work or just life, but you are going to feel a little overwhelmed. You're going to feel a little tired. It is kind of a card of saying that you're taking on too much. You might be saying yes to everyone when you might need to say, okay, I need to put a few of these rods down. The other thing is that I take into consideration the artwork of the card, and I see in this depiction he's carrying 6 rods, but 4 of them look like they're kind of hitting the ground. So in that, the 6 of rods is the of the victory card, and the 4 of rods is the milestone. It's kind of like reaching your goal. So I think what that's telling me with the 4 and the 6, I think you're taking on responsibilities that will give you glory. Like, they're gonna, you took them on because you felt like if you turned it down that you wouldn't get the goal or the victory that you wanted. And the fact that the 4 wands are downturned, I think there's kind of a delay. It's almost like you're delayed in meeting that milestone or getting to that goal. So, but you're keeping on top of it. The King of Wands is definitely capable. So you're keeping on top of your responsibilities, but it's probably just going to be one of those things where you just feel absolutely drained at the end of the day. You probably feel like you're a million years old when you get home at night, at 10 o'clock. But you got everything done, but you really can't keep at this pace much longer, but you haven't reached your goal yet and you haven't gotten that victory yet, so you feel hesitant to put those rods down or tell anybody no. But that's going to be the energy. You're going to be keeping on top of it, but you're going to be pretty worn out by the beginning of the week. Now, by the middle of the week, you got the 6 of Wands. Oh gosh, the 6 of Wands, those 6 of Wands that he has in his arms, the ones that I was telling you, the 6 of Wands is the victory card. So maybe you're finishing up a project and you're kind of in that home stretch. And holy Toledo, guys, you got the Queen of Wands. You have a couple here. Wow, that's what I thought when I was looking at it. And I love this deck. It's really pretty. Look at that. They look like a couple. But by the middle of the week, you are going to be reaching some kind of victory. And it's almost like, and the 10 of Cups underneath. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm really getting this vibe like maybe over the last couple of weeks you've been really busy. And again, you've been completing tasks or responsibilities that you had either at work or other things, and maybe that's kind of put you apart or kept you away from your family. Maybe if you're married, maybe you haven't had time to really, talk to your spouse. Those weeks where sometimes you can live together, but you just have that work week that just absolutely takes every drop of energy from you. So you're like ships passing in the night, right? So I do feel like and again, you can be a woman watching this and in the energy of the king. It just means that, you're the king. It's good to be the king. It means that you are in charge, right? You're getting it done. You're getting it done. but you are, it's almost like I am getting kind of a home stretch energy from this. You're probably pretty worn out, but you're close to the finish line. And then it's interesting, you're close to the finish line here, and by the middle of the week you've crossed the finish line, and it's almost like you can go back to spending time with your counterpart, maybe if you haven't had chance to connect, and then, you know, by the middle of the week. Either that, or it could also be, if you're a woman watching this reading, it could be that, you know how when times get tough, you kind of take on that masculine energy. It's just, you're just not feeling as feminine just because you gotta, you know, no one has time for that, right? You gotta knock things out, and you just do not have time to be all soft. And so I think that, and I'm getting a lot of fire and wands energy, but the fact that we have the 10 of Cups underneath does kind of tell me that you're probably gonna be reconnecting with your sweetie. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a new person. The fact that these two people are counterparts, you know, they're king and queen, that usually tells me that this is your person. This is, you know that this is your person, so it's probably your spouse, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your bestie, or whomever. But it's a really beautiful middle of the week energy, guys. Oh gosh, I've never seen such a happy Wednesday in my life. Good for you, because I'm usually stressed out and crazy. It's usually the reverse, right? It's usually by the middle of the week that you're ready to just scream and run away. But yeah, in the beginning of the week, it looks like you're going to be handling your business, finishing up your business, and then it's so neat, the 6. I can't believe I noticed that, and I didn't even pick up that was the 6 of Wands. It looked like the 5 at first. But by the middle of the week, you're going to be either getting into your feminine energy, like you get a chance to actually kind of relax. But I'm getting a really lovely, I'm getting a home and family vibe. The 10 of Cups is a lot of that emotional fulfillment. The 10 of Cups is really, I always say, unlike the 10 of Pentacles is great, it's 10 of Pentacles is more of that financial or real world physical kind of security, but the 10 of Cups is that happiness that money can't buy. But it is also family. You can see that this is family, and usually you see 2 kids running around too. So I really do think that by the middle of the week you'll either have a really good time with your family, or you're going to be reconnecting with, you know, actually have time to be with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or to be with the people that you love, and it's going to make you very emotionally happy. You're just going to have a good week. Now, by the end of the week, it continues, and it goes really great. Again, you got the sun, and the sun kept popping out today. I'll tell you, every single time when I was just shuffling the cards to kind of get them shuffled up, the sun in every deck kept wanting to pop out. So I don't know if that's a collective thing. Maybe. I would love it for if we had a card of the week for the collective. That would be awesome. And the sun it's the best card in all the tarot. It's the yes card. It's the, woo, running and having a great time card. I really get the fact that you have victory here and you have so much fire. I'm really getting the feeling that by the end of the week, you're really going to have some kind of acclaim. It kind of feels like a spotlight, and I think it has to do with how hard you've been working, because the other thing is that 10s are culminations. 10s are the end. It's like the wrapping up of the cycle. And the fact that you have the 10 of Wands here and you have the 10 of Cups here, it's almost like wrapping up a cycle with energy and action, and wrapping up a cycle emotionally. And then by the end of the week, again, I just feel this great release, like everything is coming to light. I'm getting a real big spotlight kind of feeling. So I do think that you might get some recognition. The other thing is that you have the 8 of Pentacles here, and what that is that's usually someone who is recognized for having a very specific skill. Like, it just means that you're very specialized at something. So I really do get this feeling like either you feel like you either feel like at the beginning of the week you might have been learning, feel like, aha, I got it. I've got this. I understand this. Like you were a pro. But I am also getting kind of a feeling as if it's almost like at work or in some kind of realm that you've specialized in something, and you just feel like this feeling of jubilation over it. Like, I'll just use an example that's personal. I've been participating in the 31 Days of Tarot, and that's where every day I post a video that answers one question related to tarot and oracle. And next Thursday is the last day. It's the 31st. So by Friday, you know, the video blog sprint will be over and I'll be free, right? But there's kind of that feeling of like freedom and happiness, but then there's also that feeling of, oh wow, I went through 31 days of tarot and look at how much I learned, right? Just by talking about it. So I'm kind of getting the same feeling. I'm getting that kind of feeling like something is wrapping up and it's just going to feel so freeing, but you're also going to feel so enlightened, and you're just going to feel like, wow, that was a great cycle, right? That was a great cycle. It really challenged me, but I learned so much, and look at what a pro I am now. And the overall energy, like the overall theme is you got deserving. And look at how much yellow, again, look at how much sunlight is in this. I do think that what it's telling you is that, and again, the fact that you see a couple and 10 of cups and victory and, you know, these two very sunny characters, I do, and goodness knows, look at this. These two women look very similar, just something about the way the hair is. But, you know, I do think that, yeah, I think by the end of the week, I think it's just going to be a beautiful week for you. I think by the end of the week, you are going to have some you know, due distinction. You're going to feel very accomplished, and you're going to be very happy and just in a good mood, a good vibrant mood. And you know, I almost get the vibe that you're so happy that you almost want to do more crafts. I'm getting kind of a hobby kind of vibe from this. Maybe over the weekend, you're just going to really feel like you have so much energy. And it probably feels like because your week went so well, really by the middle of the week, you're going to have a lot of happiness here. That by the end of the week, it's almost like you just want to keep the endorphins going, right? And do fun kind of hobby things. But this is definitely, you know, these cards have different themes, and at the top it says consciousness. So it's just, I think it just wants you to know that all of these good things that are coming your way are well earned, and you deserve it. You really deserve it. So wow, guys. All right, so that was our week. Everybody had such a good week. I'm telling you. I'm so thrilled. This is just awesome. I'm so enthused by all of this. But here, I'll go ahead and let's put your sun on the top. I think your sun deserves to be on the top. We got bookends with the sun. It's on either end this week. But I thank you so much for joining me today. I think that's an awesome week, guys. I know sometimes when we do these reads, we sometimes get some more challenging energy, and I'm just so great. I'm so grateful. I hope this rings true for everyone, because it was really beautiful energy for all three decks. If you are so inclined, if you do feel like this resonated, please feel free to let me know. I would be so thrilled to know if this turns out for you. You feel free to leave a comment. You do not have to subscribe, but I would be so grateful and honored if you do. And I will be back again. I am still doing the 31 Days of Tarot until the 31st, which is Thursday. And after that, I will go back to my regular scheduled programming. I do How to Tarot on Tuesday. And this Tuesday is going to be a beautiful one where we're going to do the How to Tarot on the Star. And then you know, we'll go back to it. I do also do special themed videos all the time, so please stay tuned for that. And I hope to catch you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.